It never seems to fail for burdens to come into our lives, but how do we overcome them? Hello everyone, I am the Honest Hierophant. Welcome in today's video where we're doing a pick a card reading on what your biggest burden is and how can you overcome it, honestly. For pile number 1, we have the Wild Unknown Tarot. For pile number 2, we have the Black Tarot. And then for pile number 3, we have the Guardian of the Night Tarot. The crystals that are associated with them, the first crystal that we have is the Snowflake Obsidian, and it is related to the Scorpio and Virgo zodiac sign. For pile number 2, we have a Shattuckite crystal, and it is related to the Aquarius, Libra, Sagittarius, and Taurus zodiac sign. And then for pile number 3, we have the Dragon Blood crystal, and it's related to the Leo zodiac sign. I have named the zodiac signs associated with each crystal if that helps you pick the pile that is best for you. Just because there is a zodiac associated with each pile does not mean that it is only for those zodiac signs. So if you feel called to one that is not within your big 3, that is okay. Feel free to choose the pile that you resonate with the most. The spiritual property of each crystal will be listed down in the description below, so feel free to check those out if that also helps you pick your pile. Go ahead and pick your pile now that you feel most resonated with, and I'll see you in your pile. Hello pile number 1, welcome into your section of the video. Thank you so much for being here, whether you have chose the Wild Unknown Tarot or whether you have chose the Snowflake Obsidian crystal. Welcome into your pile. The topic of today's video is what is your biggest burden and how can you overcome it? So there will be 2 separate questions asked for the tarot cards. I have already asked the first question and have pre-shuffled the deck. So let's go ahead and reveal the cards that have been pre-shuffled for you. We have the Temperance card. We have the Empress. We have the Justice. The Magician. The 8 of Swords. 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, the Sun, Mother of Swords, and then lastly we have the 8 of Wands. So we have 2 8 cards right underneath one another. So this is very, very interesting energy. It started out hot with a lot of major arcanas coming out with the Temperance, the Empress, the Justice, and the Magician. And then in the last row, we had the Sun card coming out. So you've got a lot of major arcanas within this pile for you. And the energy that I am feeling from this pile is that there's a lot of focus on kind of like the future for you. And I feel like the biggest burden that you are facing right now is that maybe you've been promised a great future. Maybe you've been told to focus towards your future, but it seems like you are focused more on the result than you are focused on your well-being, or maybe even the energy of the lessons that you're supposed to be facing throughout the path that you are currently going on to reach the end result. And it seems like you are more focused on the far-sighted future instead of focusing on the right now. What are some of the things that you need to readjust? What are some of the things that you need to focus on right now? Maybe, personal hygiene might be something that you're neglecting. Maybe you're not focused on sleeping enough. Maybe you're not exactly focusing on other elements of your life, maybe family time, maybe quality time with a spouse or a relationship. Maybe you're not exactly seeing the right things for you to get to the end result. Maybe you're being too, like I said, far-sighted and analytical that you keep manifesting things that are going to be in the end result. But how can you manifest things that will help you get to the end result? Maybe that is something that you're also neglecting, is you're not really focusing on the right now. Let's see if I can try to come up with an example. It's like, for example, if you are trying to manifest, let's just say, a vacation trip, right? And you are really wanting to go on this vacation, and you're trying to figure out where you want to go, what you want to see, and you're manifesting how that vacation goes, and you're not really manifesting the things that will help you get to maybe saving up enough money for the vacation. Maybe you're not manifesting the tools and necessities that you need to take with you for this vacation. Maybe you're not manifesting completing projects that you need to complete before you go on the vacation so you don't miss deadlines or things of that nature. And you're too focused on the actual trip itself or just the actual end result for itself. And you're not really focusing on the smaller things. You're trying to speed up past it. You're trying to speed up and get to the end result and neglecting a lot of the things that are currently needing your attention, that are currently being malnourished and withering away. Maybe there's things in your life that you're not really seeing that is falling apart and need your desperate attention, need your desperate care and nurturing abilities. The biggest burden that you are facing is exactly what you're aiming for, and that is being too farsighted and visualizing the end result. You've got to do other things to get to the end result before you get there. You're doing a great job at aiming towards the end result. That's not the problem. You're doing a good job at attracting the end result. That's not a problem. You're going to end up in the end result as long as you take the right steps to get there. But you got to know what the right steps are. You got to pay attention to the small things. There's lessons amongst you right now that may be avoided, that may be hard for you to take on as a challenge. Maybe you feel like if you take on these things that it might ruin your chances and your abilities to reach the end result. But I don't think that's necessarily the fact here. I think you have to take on these things to actually get to the end result that you're wanting. It doesn't necessarily have to be a vacation for you. It could be a multitude of things. It could be a job. It could be a relationship. It could be projects, whatever you're working on, you know. Even your own mental health. It could easily just be that. Maybe you're trying to aim for a better goal of your mental health, and you're neglecting the start. You're only working on surface level things to try to get to a better health overall quickly without doing the inner work, without doing the work from the start, from the root, and work your way up, which is how you're supposed to do it. Do not let your far-sighted vision overshadow everything that is in front of you that you need to work on. Those things are more important because those things add up to the end result. It adds up to your path. I honestly feel like if you avoid these things, that it could compromise the end result that you are looking for. And that is not exactly what you want either. You want to be able to get to the end result how you envision it. But if you're willing to just stay focused on the end result too much, that all crumbles. Okay? Let's go ahead and collect these cards, because I think that's all I can really say about that. And let's try to figure out what it is that you can do to overcome this burden of being too far-sighted. How can pile number 1 overcome this burden that they are feeling or dealing with of this far-sighted vision? How can they overcome this burden? What is the things that they need to do to work on? Okay, we got the Empress coming back out again. Got the Mother of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. Knight of Cups. Daughter of Swords. Knight of Pentacles again. The Temperance. Ooh, we got the Emperor. Ace of Pentacles. The Four of Swords. Alright, very interesting energy. And immediately upon seeing the Mother of Pentacles and the Empress card is that you need to be able to accept all responsibilities, pile number one. Anything that you have a responsibility to, especially the things that maybe you are neglecting, needs to be held responsible. Any actions that you have done within your past, even if it was, bad choices, or maybe you did it with an innocent mindset and you didn't really know what you were getting yourself into, those are still things that you've got to accept responsibility over. Okay, and I don't think you have to beat yourself up. I think it should add to your empowerment because you are actually accepting the responsibility over things that you have committed yourself to. And I think those are things that you have maybe got to fizzle out of your well-being. Maybe those are some things that you've got to let go. So that way you can continue moving forward. So that way you can start, opening yourself up to new opportunities, new pathways, being acceptant to your past choices and allowing yourself to heal from these things will allow you to move forward without having the responsibility of holding on to this anymore. So that way that you can move towards your goals. So that way you can be in the best health, the best shape, the best mindset to be in, to reach your end goals, to take on other things, to actually overcome and meet the requirements to get to your end goal. You can't beat yourself up because of things that you, like I said, have committed to or have done irresponsibly or maybe not made the wisest of choices. Those choices allow you to be who you are. Those choices allow you to move towards your future. And they open up different opportunities for you to learn. And that is the greatest part of living, is learning how to live, learning your life, learning what you're here for, and moving on to the best thing for you. So if you're reaching or if you're shooting towards your end goal, what you need to do is take care of yourself and understanding that the choices that you have made were choices that felt right in that timing and are leading you to the right place overall, whether you see it or whether you don't. But you've got to release those things. You've got to release those burdened feelings of those past choices so you can focus on the small things. Because I think those past choices are the reason why you are so far-sighted. You're only focused on the positive. You're only focused on the end results of things because maybe you don't want to jeopardize that end result. Maybe you don't want to add any sort of confliction to your path. Maybe you're afraid that if you make the wrong mistake or if you stumble, that you're going to end up in a position where you're having to heal something again that will help, or not necessarily help, but it will maybe avoid your end result that you're looking for. And I don't think that's the case. I think it's going to be a learning experience because just like how the Justice card was out on the table before, maybe you feel like whatever choices you make, you won't get to that end result. But the end result that you will have will be the best result that you could possibly have for you. I think Spirit is working alongside you as long as you're willing to work on yourself and as long as you're willing to work on your path. Spirit is going to work alongside you to help bring in the right things for you so that way you can bloom into what you want to be. You may not see it as being the best thing for you now, but once you're actually in the element, you'll be like, wow, I never expected this, and now I feel very fruitful and honored to be here in this end result. And you're going to have the right things come into your life, and you're going to feel the right things for being in that end result. So take responsibility over your actions in the past, and don't let that sway you in any way of making the choices moving forward and focusing on the smaller things. Be passionate about the journey. Be passionate about the trip that you are trying to go down, because if you end up in the end result regardless, and you didn't pay attention, or you didn't put enough passion or love behind doing the smaller things, it might not feel as worthy. It might not feel as great. So you need to focus on the smaller things, take responsibility over those things, heal some of your past choices and the mindset behind those past choices, and taking responsibility over those, so that way you can enjoy the current journey that you're on, and that way you can make great choices for you to learn from moving forward, and that way they will open up more opportunities for yourself. It's destiny for you to be on this kind of mindset right now, or in this kind of mindset right now, because these are some of the battles that you have to overcome to meet the requirements for the end result that you're looking for. It's not just coincidence. It's not just a magical happening. It is something that you actually need to invest in to meet the requirements of the end result that you are looking for. To be mentally prepared, to be mentally sharpened for the end result. Take care of yourself, pile number one. Don't let any neglect go towards your health, your mental health, your past hurt. Recover from this. Recover from this energy and focus on the right now. Be more involved in the right now. Be more involved with your feelings and take care of those emotions. If you are feeling sad, mad, guilty, hurt, any of those feelings, you can change those feelings, but it all takes your effort. It all takes your courage, but you can do it. You can eliminate those feelings, and you can eliminate how the past affects you right now. And I believe in you 100%. I've actually pulled some affirmation cards for you as well to go along with this reading. First card is, I am proud of myself and my achievements. The back of the card has some questions on it. It says, what is my most proudest achievement? How can I remind myself of this when I feel discouraged? Second card is, I make a difference. What is special about me? Why is the world better because of my presence in it? That is very beautiful to see. And something else that maybe you don't even realize is that the past mistakes that you make, the past hurt that you are feeling, you may not see it now, but it could be leading to something beautiful. Usually mistakes and hurt and overwhelming emotions typically lead to something better than you ever really experienced or ever thought you could experience. So if you're in the element of hurt and pain right now and really mixed emotions, just think a year from now, you could be really, really happy in a positive environment. It's kind of like a weight loss journey where if you are, overweight and you want to lose, let's just say 50, 100 pounds, and you are starting out, it's the most miserable experience ever because you don't know what you're exactly doing. You're just trial and erroring things. But then a year goes by and you've lost all this weight and you get to reflect on that journey and you are so happy of how much you succeeded and overcame on that journey. And that's exactly what it's like dealing with these emotions and where you can end up. Just think about that. Allow that to sink in and you'll be on a path to success in no time, and you'll overcome this current burden and you'll overcome this current burden that you are facing. I believe in you 100%, pile number 1. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Hope to see you on the next reading. Hello, my pile number 2s. Welcome into your section of the video. Whether you have chose the Black Tarot deck, or whether you have chose the Shattuckite crystal, welcome into your section of the video. We're trying to figure out what is your biggest burden that you're currently dealing with, and how can you overcome it? How can you overcome this burden? I'm tapping into your energy currently right now, and I kind of feel like you're guilty about something. For some reason, you're feeling a bit guilty over a certain energy. I have pre-shuffled the tarot cards, so let's go ahead and see what the message is of what your current burden that you're dealing with. What are you feeling guilty about? Yeah, 4 swords. 4 of cups. 9 of cups. Okay. 9 of swords. The lovers. 3 of wands. The fool. Page of cups. Ace of swords. And the 8 of pentacles. Okay. This is a really interesting energy. I feel like I could take this multiple different ways. I really resonate with this deck because I feel like I read energy a whole lot better than I do actual cards themselves. But it seems like you have reached a point of almost like you've been gifted something, okay? Maybe you have, did the work behind the result of what you have, but for some reason, you are feeling a bit overwhelmed with receiving this gift. Like you've been guilty. You feel guilty, I should say, on receiving this gift. And maybe this gift has come at a time when you least expected it. I'm feeling some sort of like promotion or like some sort of job offer between like you and a friend or you and a relationship partner. Maybe I feel like there's different scenarios here and they're all kind of overwhelming. So I would highly suggest to you, pile number 2, to kind of resonate with this, how you see fit. But I honestly see like maybe there is a current situation where you received a job over somebody else. Maybe you and a partner or you and a friend were both looking to apply to a certain job. Or maybe you got a promotion over someone else that has been working there longer in your current job. Or maybe there's just something that you were gifted over somebody else and you don't really resonate with how it came to you. Maybe you were manifesting that both of you would get it, but you ended up being the one to get it. Okay? And I feel like you were super duper guilty and it's weighing on your mind a lot. But a lot of your hard work, a lot of your inner work, I feel like you've done a lot of inner work, self-love, self-gratitude, a lot of inner digestion of your emotions and your feelings has really boiled into this, okay? Your true authentic self has came out into this to allow you to reach this fulfillment, reach this manifestation. This is a new chapter for you. This is an ultimate fulfillment for you. This specific thing is exactly for you. And for some reason you feel like, I don't know if it's because maybe you've got like Libra tendencies within you. I know that the Shattuckite crystal resonates with the Libra. Maybe you feel like there should be more fairness involved within this decision, within this acceptance of what you have received. And you're not allowing yourself to feel the joy. You're not allowing yourself to feel the love that you are receiving right now from this promotion, from this gift, from this evolution into something greater for you. And you're denying, those feelings. You're denying that importance from you. And you really feel responsible for, whoever it was that got outed, whether it's a friend, lover, coworker, whoever, you really feel responsible for their future. You really feel responsible for where they're going in their life too, along with your own. And it's almost like you're putting yourself second within this action here. And I think you need to open up to yourself that you need to be first. You need to be priority. You need to be the one shining within this light. And for some reason, I don't know if you think that there should be more fairness involved, or maybe you have a lack of priority for yourself, or maybe you've done something. I mean, this could go for very, very minimal people that resonate with this reading. You could have done something that was risky and that was kind of negative, like maybe you manipulated something to happen, or, I don't think that's true for everybody. I think that's very true for very minimal people involved with this reading. Maybe that's something that you feel guilty over, that you manipulated something somehow to get your advantage. But for some reason that you feel guilty about this, let me see if I can pull an extra card, actually. What is the true identification here? The true reason why pile number 2 feels guilty about receiving this? Let's see. We've got the 6 of Swords. Huh. 6 of Swords. I kind of feel like the reason why you feel guilty might be because you have made like a promise, or you've made a sort of commitment to whoever else is involved. Like you would make your magic work, that you would be the one to show off and show that you are truly capable of helping them. And for some reason, you were only able to help yourself. And that commitment, that extra commitment from yourself, ended up being the reason why you're feeling the way that you feel now. You're feeling guilty that you were not able to help them. You were not able to show them the way. You were not able to deliver your promise. And it just did not work out. Or maybe it's just that you don't really realize that this is your path that you're dealing with, and that it can't be everyone involved. It can't be a collective of people receiving the same gift, the same responsibility. So that's really interesting here. Let's go ahead and collect these cards, and let's try to figure out how you can overcome this sense of guilt, this sense of burden that you're dealing with. How can pile number 2 overcome this burden? How can pile number 2 overcome this burden that they are currently dealing with, of feeling guilty, of feeling like they're responsible over someone else and their direction in life? You got the Fool, 3 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, King of Swords, Queen of Cups, the Chariot, Sun, 10 of Cups, and the 9 of Pentacles. All right, pile number 2, something that you need to realize about what you have been given, what you have been gifted towards this manifestation that you have created, is that this path is a path that can only be walked alone. This path is not for you to really be able to share it with someone. This path was meant for you to take on individually, and this path was meant for you because you were the one that did all the work, the self-healing, the self-digestion. The true inner self came out for you to really move into this path. This is a solo-minded path. This path is only for one person, and it was for the person that was able to do the work behind it. You have done that. This person was not ready for this path alongside you. And like I said, I don't think it was possible for you to have them go along with you. Regardless, you can't be responsible for their lack of work on themselves. You can't be responsible for that. You can only be responsible for your own internal being and your own soul. That is the only thing that you can be responsible for. Yes, you can try to help, but you can only help as much as you can. You can only help and let them see things clearly as much as you can. The end result for you is going to be great. The end result for you is going to be achieving the things that you want out of life. And maybe perhaps that this end result was not something that the other person could handle. Maybe the end result was something that the other person would not have really wanted at the end anyways. And they would have neglected it. They would have made poor choices. They were not fit for this path to go alongside you or to be in front of you. You should accept and be very, very grateful and thankful that you have the path to this opportunity now. That you have the path to achieving the things that you want out of this path. This person will eventually get to what they want. It just might not be this. They're just not ready for it. And that is not something to feel guilty about, because they will eventually get to a place where they are happy, where they are comfortable, where they are excited, and maybe even a place where they will actually be more committable to, and they won't neglect that. They won't neglect that opportunity like they would have with this opportunity. So you are on your correct path. You are the correct person to go down this path. You are the correct person to receive this abundance and to receive this finality of energy. You should really resonate with your emotions. You should really nurture yourself and take care of your mind, your soul, and the emotions that lie within. You should be really happy about the energy that you are receiving from this acceptance, from this promotion, from this whatever new opportunity that you have been given. You should feel really inclined to be passionate about it. Do not let the guilt, and maybe you're feeling like you lied to somebody and that also makes you feel guilty. Don't let those energies resonate with you and overpower the good energies that should be resonated with. You should definitely resonate with this opportunity. Like I said, this is an independent journey. Only one of you would have made it. And you can't be like, well, I would rather just allow that other person to take this journey instead of me. And I don't think you can do that. You were meant for this. You were designed for this. You were designed to go down this path, to receive these lessons, to receive this abundance, to receive these opportunities, to meet these new connections. You're walking within your truth. You're walking towards your truth. And that's the most important thing. And guess what? That other person is also walking towards their truth. A lot of things have to go the right way for the right people to make it to the right destinations. Be thankful that you are walking towards your truth, and be thankful that the other person is also walking towards theirs. Even if it looks like they are hurting right now, they are making their way towards where they're supposed to be, regardless of whether they see it or you see it or not. So allow yourself to be fruitful and happy. Allow yourself to connect with the good, positive energies and let them overweigh the negative and the stagnant ones. because you're well deserving. You should be happy. And you're working your way towards extra happiness. And that should be a great feeling for you. You deserve it. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be appreciated. You deserve to be honored. And that is all the most important thing. Do not let someone else's energy guilt trip you or make you feel bad. You live and you learn in this life. Okay? So pile number 2, I do have 2 cards of affirmation here for you that I have pulled to you prior to this reading. We have, the more grateful I am, the more beauty I see. What am I most grateful for in my life and why? List at least 10 things what I am grateful for right now. And then the second one is, I accept all of my quirks and uniquenesses. How do I feel about accepting my negative qualities? Am I able to accept my whole self? Very important affirmations here for you, pile number 2, and definitely something that you should resonate with, because the more that you're grateful for what you have, and the more that you are grateful for what is to be expected, the more beauty that you'll see. Because if you understand that this person that you feel responsible for is actually walking to their truth too, you'll find the beauty within that. If you know that you're working your way towards the path that you're supposed to be on, you'll find the beauty in that. All positive energy can rise if you allow it to. Do not let the semantics and the darker energies to be the thing that covers up something that can be beautiful. Allow yourself to see the beauty. Allow yourself to accept beauty into your life, and all things will turn out great. Thank you so much for being here, pile number 2. I hope this reading resonated with you. Such a powerful reading and such a great reading I think that you will truly resonate with. Thank you so much. I love you all. I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello, my pile number 3s. Welcome into your section of the video. Whether you have chosen Guardian of the Night Tarot or whether you have chosen the Dragon Blood's Crystal, welcome into your pile. I'm tapping into your energy currently, and for some reason, I am getting the energy of feeling a bit traumatized over something. And I hate that for you. I really do. And I really want to figure out, what is this burden that you're dealing with and how you can overcome it? So what are you feeling traumatized about? The cards have been pre-shuffled for your convenience. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Four of Wands. Oh man, I'm starting to feel, I'm starting to feel, oh my God, I'm going to have to do the anxiety tapping method here on the heart space. The heart space is getting overran with some anxiety right now. Well, we're getting a lot of Wands energy. Okay. Oh my God, you cannot make this up, yo. Oh my God, dude. Three of Wands. The Empress. The Moon. The Hermit. And the Page of Cups. Wow. I've never seen a reading like this. I've never seen a reading like this. Okay. Ooh, calm down. Calm down. Ooh. All right. So, you are dealing with some sort of partnership here between the King and Queen of Wands. This has been a traumatic experience between you two. And what's crazy is that the Two of Wands shows both of you in there as well. Maybe you have attracted this person. Maybe this is an energy that you have built up as someone to take on the world with, okay? And both of you have been very, very passionate about maybe your future moving forward. But for some reason, there's been a dark shadow over it all. There has been some sort of uprisal, I guess you could say, with this energy. And it has been really, really scary of how this has come out of nowhere for you. Maybe that you have felt like this energy has been going really well, and that you felt really, really confident that things were going really well. And then all of a sudden, the other partner, whether it be a romantic one or just like a business partner, has just up and shattered a lot of the energy that you felt like you were working towards, that you felt like you were receiving. And there definitely is something here of changing, being open to change, that maybe you were taking too much of a soft approach. Maybe your guard was down. Maybe things were happening behind closed doors, okay? And for some reason, you were too invested in how you were feeling versus being invested in the truth and what was like right in front of you. It almost seems like you were not resonating with the counterpart of this journey. You're not resonating with what they were showing you. You're not listening to them. You're not being open to their emotions. And for some reason, they just did something catastrophic. And I'm not really going to dive into what exactly that is. I'm sure you will resonate with that yourself. But for some reason, they just decided to up and move away. They decided to end things cold turkey. Let's see. What exactly did this counterpart do? What was their traumatic experience here? King of Swords. Okay. They told you a cold, hard truth that you were just not ready for. Like I said, you were really invested into the energy of you two, but you weren't really invested into the conversation, into the connection. You're too focused on, the future, or you're too focused on what you could be working on currently about the future. And for some reason, you weren't invested into their connection, what they had to say, and what they wanted to help transpire whatever it is that you were working on, whether it was the relationship or whether it was, the thing that you were working on. If you were a business partner, they just did not resonate with a lot of your energy after it was all said and done. And it seemed like the truth came out of nowhere. And I do feel like it was a form of truth, whether it was the full picture or not. But this action, realistically, traumatized you. This action took you off of your path. This action threw away a lot of what you felt like was for your future. And that hurts. That really does. And I almost want to say there were some signs here for you to pay attention to that maybe you avoided. And maybe that's, part of the reason why you're traumatized is that maybe you didn't resonate with the, messages that were being casted towards you, or maybe you weren't resonating with the signs that maybe your spirit team or your angels were trying to suggest, like, hey, pay attention to this. You need to really look at this. So now maybe you were traumatized over regret. Maybe you were traumatized over not allowing yourself to pay attention and to really listen to your intuition, because maybe your heart was telling you that everything is good. That as long as you're feeling good, everything is good. And that just simply is not the case within this connection. So let's go ahead and pull these cards back in. That was crazy that all these wands just decided to come out like that. Let's try to shuffle these bad boys back up. Try to figure out how you can overcome your current burden with this connection, with this trauma. It did not go the way that you wanted to. How can pile number 3 overcome their current burden of this trauma. Okay. We got the Ten of Pentacles here. Got the Queen of Swords. Got the Knight of Wands again. Got your Empress. You got your Chariot card. Eight of Swords. Five of Swords. The Devil. The World. And then lastly, the Six of Wands. So to get over your trauma, I think you've got to release certain expectations that you've had. The Ten of Pentacles and the World card, they resemble, completion over something here. I feel like whatever the path that you were currently on has been completed. It has been done with. You have reaped everything that you could from that connection, from that relationship. And now it's time for you to individualize yourself. Now it's time to take care of you. And even if you do not want to focus on yourself, it almost seems like you have to. You're being forced this hand because it helps you walk within your truth. It helps you resonate with the truth. You've got to look at what the truth is. You've got to see clearly that the truth is for you to take care of yourself, to put yourself first, to prioritize your energies, and that it seems like a lot of what you are working towards, and I honestly do feel like a lot of this is more of like a business connection, okay? For some of you, you might resonate with a relationship, but a lot of what I'm feeling personally is that it's about a business venture or business connection, work connection, something of that nature. And I think what you've got to realize is, pile number 3, is that this abundance that maybe you are working towards is for you only, okay? And that you've got to release the expectations of needing somebody else to guide you, needing somebody else to service what maybe you feel like you lack. You've got to look within your divine feminine and take a lot of, responsibility for your intuition or for your creativity. Maybe you don't give yourself enough credit. Maybe you don't give yourself enough love to understand that you have what it takes to get to the finish line, or you have what it takes to really restructure your own energy to make it to the final destination that you're wanting, whether that is business that you're wanting to create, or whether that is ending up in the right relationship that you want to have for yourself. You have the ability to make it to the end result that you are looking for by yourself, working on yourself, working on the things that will bring this abundance to you. You don't need somebody else co-telling you. You don't need somebody else co-directing you. You have the ability and the smarts and the dedication to walk within your truth of who you are to gain this abundance. You don't have a lack. You just have a lack of self-truth, inner truth, self-perspective, knowing who you are. That is the only thing that I feel like you lack right now, is knowing who you are and what you are capable of. So if you understand that you have the potential, that you have the passion, that you have the drive, you'll understand that you can move forward with the direction that you're currently on. You don't need a co-executive. You don't need a business partner. You are fully committed, and you now know maybe the things that you didn't know before, and now you just have to take the chance and implement it, okay? Do the self-work on recovering your energy. Do the self-work of really resonating with yourself and your truest abilities. Do the self-work of overcoming this trauma, heal this trauma. But the positive message out of this is that you can still make it towards your end goals, but you have to lose the expectations that you're going to be doing it with somebody else. You don't need to. You can do it all yourself. You can make it to the end goal that you want all by yourself. And for the people that, really are here for the relationship side of things, let me see if I can pull an additional card here. I mean, I feel like I already know the message, but I just want to pull an extra card for the people that are here for a romantic relationship. How can they overcome the trauma? Knight of Swords. Be patient. Do not overindulge into the wrong things. Do not allow yourself to be complacent, because you do have to heal yourself over the trauma. You do have to heal yourself and move in the direction that you know is best fitted for you. Because I realistically don't think that you were a problem. I just think that you were just not the right fit overall for this person. Maybe they were for you. And that is for you to aim your sights on completing a relationship that is for you. I don't think there's any expectations that you have to change about the relationship that you want to have. You just got to do the inner healing and maybe learn from the life lessons that have been gifted to you to learn from, and that you'll be set up for your next relationship later on down the line. How soon that will be, I don't know. I can't really suggest a time frame here. I think that, with the 10 of Pentacles being here, I feel like you're restarting the venture of finding a relationship. So I guess it really just depends on how long it takes you to heal from this past trauma and from this past energy and the expectations of creating a life with this person. And then you might be able to find someone else after all that is said and done relatively quickly, I would say, because you are on the path to your higher self. You are on the path to what you are supposed to have within this life. And there is no shortcutting it. There's no denying it. There's no, coming up short about it. You are supposed to have what you're supposed to have fully, and you're not going to be denied of that. You're not going to be limited of only receiving half of what you should have. And that's why I say keep going strong. Pile number 3, allow yourself to heal from this traumatic experience and know that there is a lot of power within yourself. You have a lot of control, you have a lot of capability, and you need to look within yourself to take on that path and really move forward with the comfortability of your own power. Unfortunately, I guess I got distracted within the recording process that I did not do some shuffling beforehand. For each pile, I've gotten affirmation cards, and for some reason, I did not get yours before I started recording your pile. So I do apologize for the inconvenience, but we're going to figure out some affirmation cards for you that you might need to hear. What does pile number 3 need to hear? Wow, okay. So I tried putting up this third card because I was only pulling 2 for each pile, but apparently it got pulled back out again, so it wants me to read it for sure. So I got 3 cards for you, pile number 3. I guess that goes well with pile number 3. I don't know. The synchronicities here, I guess you could say. 3 cards for the affirmation cards. Pile number 3. The 3 for the Empress. 3 months. Maybe that's your sign. 333. Maybe that's your sign. Take it as you will. Allow it to resonate as you want it to. All right, first card. We have, I have full confidence in myself and my abilities. I can do all things that I comfort myself to. It's kind of hard to read with the microphone in your face. What's one thing you haven't done yet that you really want to do, and what's stopping you? Very powerful card. I am brave, I am bold, I am strong. What is my biggest strength? What challenges do I want to embrace? And then lastly, the card that wants to just be read so mightily bad is I am at peace. What's one action I can take today so that I sleep with less worry or regret? Very, very interesting. So, a lot of good affirmations coming out for you, pile number 3. And a lot that you should definitely listen to and allow it to sink in with you. Very, very good stuff. You should be very confident in yourself and your abilities. I mean, that's what I was saying before. It came out in the affirmation. You have a lot of great tendencies, a lot of great abilities to be proud of, and that can take you a long way. Just double back on it. Bet extremely hard on it. Double down, bet extremely hard on it, that you can do all things that you want to do in your life with your own power and ability. That's all you need to know. That's how you're going to overcome your burden, is believing in yourself, healing from the traumatic experience, and being very confident that you can do all things that you were set on and that you have goals for by yourself. I believe in you, pile number 3, and I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Really hope that resonated with you, and I hope to see you on the next reading. Take care. Bye.